Oh, this is weird. Haven't done this in a hot minute. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Secrets of Aal'Teron live here on the Cantrip Cast. No, we did not have the title reel like we usually do because we're doing it live, everybody.
Yeah.
And yeah, God, it feels weird. My name is Brandon, the DM, your game master, dungeon master, whichever term you prefer to use regarding whichever system you are playing or prefer. And I'm joined by my amazing cast, starting with the grizzled, frizzled, hairy man to my right-hand side, who might have to leave midstream if water is broken. Grizz.
Hi, everybody. It's Chris Squatch, and I'll be playing Aaron Lawn, the Human Ranger. And I'm soon to be a dad, and my lovely, lovely girlfriend is in lots of pain. But every so often, when I look over there when she's in like mid pain noise, I see a baby face pressed up against her tummy, and I'm like, oh God, it's looking at me.
Oh God, it's looking at me? That's what you say? Steakums.
It surprises me. I'm not ready for it.
Hey everybody, I'm Steak, and I am playing Zorthos, the Arcane Trickster, and I ain't lying. I might be dying.
Oh, that was good. I like that. I like
That was slick.
That was very slick. Yeah.
That's what they used to call me.
I thought they used to call you a dumbass or that guy.
That guy.
That guy. Game Master Craig.
I just want to let you know the board here has the wrong name for me. See, it says Louston, but we all know my name is Big Daddy.
I'm not changing your name to Big Daddy
it
on the
should be
overlay.
changed
I refuse.
to Big Daddy on the overlay.
I'm not
and
changing it.
I think the 40 people in chat right now would agree with
All right,
me.
you know what? Go ahead and
I
do. I'm
am
just
the
gonna
Big
do.
Daddy.
Let's just do this. Let's go. Go ahead and introduce yourself while I fix this.
Hi everyone, I'm Big Daddy Louston, and it's really great to be back here on the Cantrip Cast and Secrets of Aal'Teron. I'm still waiting for it to be changed to. There we go, Big Daddy. All right, everybody. Zorthos is gonna die. Let's get this thing started.
Thick pastel.
Better not.
Hi, it's me, Thick Pastel. And when I see the Spectre, I'm going to grab him by the bad attitude.
See, you could have said I was gonna grab him by the balls, and I would have like accepted that. Like that one, I would have accepted.
That's
because...
not the theme. If you haven't figured it out yet, that's not the
Yeah, well,
theme.
sometimes you have to go. Sometimes you have to go against the theme. Fuck the system. Am I right?
Sometimes you just got to grab Spectres by the balls.
Yeah, you just grab off-brand Marvel heroes by the balls because I didn't know that was a Marvel person until Craig pointed out to me, and I was really sad about it.
It's DC. Actually.
Is it DC?
DC.
Shows how much I know about comics. Anyways, let's do a recap of last week's episode. Last week on Secrets of Aal'Teron, our adventurers made their way back to Haxos after going through the ever-so-horrid Tunnel of Visions once more that was placed there by the Spectre. They were put in a, instead of a kind of a nightmare-fueled visions of, memories of the past, they were instead put in memories and visions of the future that were overall, for the most part, peaceful and kind of what they wanted. Zorthos and Mr. Tibbs found themselves in a small town named Zorthans with new Bunya attached to it, showing that they could get a happy ending, with Aaron and Luna finding themselves in Luna's old village, walking out of their bedroom, seeing pictures of them being married, and hearing the cries of a small baby, signifying that they had had a child. However, Louston's was a little different, as Louston just wants to die, and he essentially got that. He found himself first seeing visions of Relkor, his old, who he used to be's self, in his village, walked away, and found himself then floating in the heavens, looking down upon his friends and in the stars, made his way to Zorthos' village, trying to figure out what's going on, in which he encountered a spectral form of the Spectre as he was astral projecting himself into whatever this plane was. Louston then started to attack and fight the Spectre, causing this spell that he had the entire party under to shatter, rift, and break apart, and with a final and foul blow, Louston knocked his concentration out of the window, causing the spell to disperse, throwing everybody out of the cave once more, crashing into each other. They found themselves in the sewers of Haxos, where there are refugees who are fearful of their lives right now as the town, the city, the village is falling, essentially. The battle has stopped. However, they were informed that there are plenty of civilians up top that now have blue eyes, oddly enough, and is quiet. However, they are in fear that their location may be compromised very, very soon. Aaron, Luna, and Lauston went with Drek and some other people that were under the sewers to try to compromise a game plan to get everybody out and figure out what to do. With Lauston trying to figure out where the Spectre was. With a detect magic spell, he was able to successfully see that the Spectre is sitting in the Haxos throne. In the meantime, Zorthos was checking out the Horn of Kenar Go, which he had some of his homeless friends smuggle to the bottom of the sewers. However, as Zorthos approached,
That could never go wrong.
that could never go wrong. Zorthos approached the Horn of Kenar Go, and because the warning signs were cut off from Aaron with the remove curse or the dispel magic that was affected him in the beginning of the episode, they were not warned that the horn had been tampered with. Zorthos touched it and was stunned, and Tommy walked up to him and said, "I'm sorry, man, but he said he'd kill me if I didn't do this." And he stabs Zorthos in the throat, and that's immediately what we're picking up of this week's episode of Secrets of Aal'Teron. Zorthos, you have just been stabbed in the throat. Everything begins to shudder, fade. You grab your neck, blood squirting out. You cannot talk. It hurts. You're in immense pain, and everything begins to go hazy instantly. You immediately hit 0 hit points and fall to your knees and feel yourself beginning to lose blood.
Okay.
Do me a favor, roll me a death saving throw. However, I want you to do it in the Discord for me, but not where everybody can see it. Just do it in one of our private chats we have, and tell me which one it's in, and then I will keep count of that.
You should do it in the Star Wars one. Shameless plug. You know, there's a show tomorrow over on this channel. It's our Star Wars show, and you could do it in that channel right now. In fact, if you guys want to pop in and talk there now, you can. I'm buying time. Should I continue buying time?
You've been doing it for way too long.
Thank you.
All right, your first roll.
I'm just a team player.
You hit the ground. Begin to fade back and forth. You see Tommy struggles to speak to you. Tommy is very shaking. He drops this knife that's in his hand, just back and forth. And you see he takes the horn of Kenar Go, and he picks it up and he puts it on a satchel on his back, and he gets to rush out. Let's skip over to the rest of the party real quick. Rest of the party, you're currently in the sewer systems. You're currently talking to the rest of the party, or the rest of the people here in the sewers, trying to figure out what exactly to do. Zorthos is currently off on his own right now.
Mm-hmm.
What would you all like to do?
Where's Tibbs?
Tibbs is in there with you guys. He's just kind of like mingling, talking to people, trying to figure out like what to do. You see that he's just kind of like inspecting a bunch of the homeless gear here, trying to, see what's exactly the entire outlook in the entire dynamic is like. He is very curious, and he looks around and he sees all of you kind of talking, discussing, and says, "It appears they're not very well armed here. It doesn't look like they would survive a very drastic fight."
No, probably not.
Yeah.
We did arm some of them before we left, but
Yeah, Zorthos real quick.
I'm Zorthos. I'm dying. Ooh, ooh.
Oh my god, I forgot we have
no.
we have the redeem points on.
Oops.
People are gonna use them tonight.
How long has it been since Zorthos left our site?
Oh, it's been a good 5-10 minutes.
Okay, so not long enough for us to be like, oh, where's Zorthos?
But no, Drek brought all of you in here to the sewers where the kind of shelter is right now, and everybody is kind of gathered in at this moment, knowing that there's some sort of like meeting to be held, trying to figure out what exactly is going on. They're scared to be here. Some people are suggesting to leave and get out of here while they can. Others are suggesting to stay and fight and take back the city. They don't really know what to do. They're kind of looking for leadership in this moment, and Drek himself is kind of given his opinion to all of you and said, like, we should probably get out of here. Like, if they find out where we're at, we could probably defend ourselves for minutes, but not very long. There'd be more death, more bloodshed, or worse.
So ultimately, we're looking at an evacuation.
Yes.
Essentially, where did you guys come in from?
We just used the cavern system that goes straight into the sewer system.
We get out through there?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. We broke the spell.
Well,
Yeah, there was an enchantment that we have dismantled.
Yeah.
It'll be easy for you to get through now.
We not really. To be fair, Zorthos has it.
I'm really gonna die. Era.
I'm not. To be fair, we're not actually sure what the state of that exit is because, it was originally under a spell and we were on one end and then pushed out of the other. So it may need to be investigated to see whether or not it's something that can be traversed.
Well, I suggest whatever it is that plans and ideas you have, we make haste and hurry. But I must ask, you came back here for a reason, all of you did. Just because we're getting out, does that mean that you will as well? Or are you here to finish unsolved business?
Well,
Maybe it's not something we have our own.
we made a promise to Zorthos that we'd at least come back.
We had to come back for something.
Right.
Right.
It's our business.
Yes.
Right, right. And
Yeah.
speaking of him, where is he? I don't see him anywhere.
Well, he said he had something he had to go take care of, but
Do we know where he was going?
You don't.
Mm-mm.
You know he went off with Tommy. About it.
Excuse me, Trek. I need to speak to my companions alone, and I'm going to try to just gesture to try and curve us around to move away from them.
Yeah, like the main crowd and them. Yeah, I got
Yeah.
you. Yeah,
I'm not gonna go without touching anybody.
No, he's by all means take your time. I will gather everybody here. Everybody kind of real quick. Is the general consensus to get us out of here? Is that what you were agreeing to help us get out?
Yes.
I will
Yeah.
have everybody gather their equipment, their gear, and be prepared to move as soon as you're ready.
Guys, we have a massive problem we need to address. The Spectre is here
oh, he's like here in the city.
in the city. So I kind of cast a spell which allowed me to see where the Spectre is, and I see that the Spectre is here on this throne.
Oh,
So
They
When-
need to.
we have a serious issue because I was previously told that the Spectre would be at the main capital, dealing with royalty, not in Haxos. So we have a problem with information right now because the Spectre's here. I've seen him.
Why is he still here? Do you think he has the horn? Do you think he grabbed the Canargo's horn?
You can all do me a favor as Luna's kind of vocalizing this. You can all roll me an insight check.
I got a 27.
23.
Zorthos, you did not roll an insight check.
he said you
I
all.
got a 22.
To everybody.
Aaron, what'd you get?
A bonus to that. Okay, so 11 on the dice.
You're good. Yeah, you're fine.
Okay.
It's pretty easy to click. Lawson, you
17
were informed
total.
that chances are the Spectre wanted to make his way to the capital city. He's hit Elvenglade. He's hit Haxos. Next up, capital city of, the main city of Aal'Teron on the main continent.
Mhm.
But there's unfinished business here as well. The horn is very valuable to him. He wanted it really bad. If he's still here, chances are the horn is also still here.
Look, I think we need to just get these people to evacuate on their own. We get Zorthos as quick as we can
Yeah.
and make our way to the capital. We have to sneak in. Zorthos is going to know the best way to get inside. So, in fact, Aaron, why don't you stay here with Drek? Moon and we can go regroup with Zorthos.
You sure?
You're going to be working with Drek better than we can.
Okay.
And speaking of which, Zorthos, you hit the ground and you fall, holding your throat, blood still squirting out. You look and you see the shadow of Tommy just leave as he takes the horn with him. Xena crawls up to you and ring, crawls out of the ball. Goes, Ree?
How can I express myself? I'm just gonna start like. Can I move yet?
Oh, you're essentially at 0.
So what can I do when I'm essentially at 0? Anything?
Try.
I don't want to.
Roll me a death
Yeah.
saving throw.
Ah! Oh fuck! I gotta do it.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Nobody shall know until the fate has been decided.
Do I have to keep my face normal?
Preferably.
Okay, let me do this. So just.
So Zorthos, how you feeling about your new character that you rolled up?
Zorthos, Xena approaches you and licks your nose, and she's beginning to like nuzzle up against your face, and you can tell, despite her being a mouse, rat, whatever she is that you decide because you change it every session, you can see the sadness in her eyes as you see, despite the blood that comes out of your throat, she nuzzles against you. Back to the party.
Oh, you fucking bitch.
Torture.
Aaron, you are staying with
Drek.
Drek, right?
Just
Okay.
point them in the right direction while we go and get Zorthos.
Yeah.
Tibbs,
Oh, yes, Luna?
did you happen to see what direction Zorthos went?
If I remember correctly, he went down just one of the pipelines. It looked like he was heading, you guys essentially went kind of left into a hole in the wall, and Zorthos kind of diverted to the right, similar to the same area where you guys fought the big slug monster.
Smugma.
Smookma.
Yes.
Mugma.
Mugma.
I don't really know what the attributes of a bunny person is, but do you have a great sense of smell by chance?
I mean, kind of, but we're in the sewers. Everything just smells like
Everything
rancid
smells.
asshole
Okay.
right now.
That's true.
How often are you
Okay.
smelling that, Tibbs?
Very
I don't-
frequently, actually, Mr. Louston.
That sounds a little specific there, Tibbs.
It's very specific. It's the same smell that I smelled when all of my friends and family and cousins and sisters and brothers died.
And that's how you described it? That's
Rancid
that was-
asshole, yes.
That is a
Okay.
choice way of description, Tibbs.
All right. Okay. I don't think we should try probably to not get lost. I'd certainly not. I don't want to get lost. So, let's go try to look where we were fighting before. See if we can find him, and if we can't, I can cast a spell to locate him specifically.
Aaron, Drek approaches you, and he starts kind of giving you instruction on gathering everybody up, kind of assisting people with getting their bags packed, making sure they're getting as much as they can to both A, arm themselves in case they run into any shit on the way, and B, also whatever they can to gather and just start to live somewhere or shelter, to make shelter somewhere. Zorthos.
Oh.
Sorry, go ahead. Okay.
No, it's not essential. It's just a thought.
What's the thought?
You're talking about them not being well armed, and there was a shit ton of armaments in the.
There
Mandalorian.
is, but it's not. It's enough to where they can defend themselves. However, they are civilians versus what is essentially
like a soldier.
soldiers.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah, they could
doesn't
defend
matter
themselves for a
anyway,
hot
'cause-
minute, but they are not exactly trained warriors and fighters. Because
Right.
essentially, what had happened was up top, it was Elven Glade forces and Dwarven forces going at it, and
Yeah.
the civilians escaped. So they have stuff, but that doesn't mean they're necessarily perfectly trained to use it.
Right. Okay.
Before we walk away, because I'm pretty sure you're assuming me and Louston have walked away at this point.
Yeah.
Before we walk away, I'm gonna go to Aaron. I'm gonna put my forehead on his forehead, and I'm gonna look him in the eyes. I think I'm not going very far, but if I happen to go farther than you expect, I'm sure you're gonna find me.
Okay.
Okay.
Good.
And then I'll give him a kiss and then walk away.
All right. Zorthos. Xena sits on your head. You blink. You look at your hands. And as soon as you move your hands, more blood just kind of... The only thing keeping you barely somewhat conscious right now is the sheer amount of force and pressure you are putting on yourself. Roll me a death saving throw again.
Third
Yeah, you got
death save.
Zorthos.
That's not good. That's not a good look.
New character.
More pain continues to flow through your body. You feel yourself slipping in and out. As you blink, close, open your eyes, you see sitting across the room your book from when you hit the ground. A bunch of your stuff kind of fell out, and the book is open. And you see as you open your eyes once more that the spectral form of Colt is sitting there. He looks at you and he goes, "Didn't think this would be how it ended for you."
Am I able to respond to him in my mind?
You can try.
I'm gonna think so hard at Colt right now. I'm just gonna say, "Fuck off! Help me! Don't sit there."
He approaches and kind of takes a knee in front of you, and you see he goes, "I don't know what you expect me to do in this scenario. I'm just a spirit." He's like, "But I can at least be here with you. If you pass, you won't be alone like others that I've known. You were there with me when I passed, and at least I can be here with you." As he puts his spectral hand on yours, and you don't feel any pressure, but you do feel at least a little comfort. Let's get back to the party.
Tell me about the rabbits, Colt.
Tell me about the wabbits, George.
All right, Aaron, you are with Drek,
Mhm.
Luna, Louston. What would you like to do? I'm assuming you walked out, correct?
Wait, Luna, did we grab Tibbs?
I assumed Tibbs was coming with us since we were talking about.
Yeah, because we were just talking about Zorthos. Is
Yeah,
he with us?
yeah. Tibbs will come with you guys.
Tibbs, I have a job for you.
Yes, Sarah Louston.
I don't know if I'm not very good with smelling or tracking, but you're a Harangon.
Or living.
I'm-
Aha. Am I right? Never mind. That was a poor time joke.
You know, Tibbs, there are serious times, and then there are serious times, and this is one of those times. We need to find Zorthos quickly.
Okay, very well. Well, like I said, he went down that way.
Oh, you saw the direction he went?
I mean, yeah, we kind of just like split ways. We went over here, and he went down there, down the hallway with somebody else.
Why don't you walk us all the way down?
Oh, very
Take us
well.
there.
You see, he kind of like begins just hopping, and he jumps over like the little sewer water. There's very blatantly like a bridge you could walk over as well too. As you guys are kind of walking like down the direction, the hallway where you are, you know, assuming those Orthos went from Mr. Tibbs' directions, it'd be a favor roll me a perception check if you could.
I can. 14.
15.
15. Luna with a 15. Louston, you thought you heard like some echoing of footsteps, just kind of like bellowing in the distance, but you can't really make it out. However, Luna, you hear like quick footsteps kind of like in the distance, and as you kind of look up, you see that there is the ladder at the very end of the hallway that you guys initially climbed up to when you guys entered the city of Haxus for the first time. And you see that there is a beam of light that kind of comes down to where the sewer grate is, and then suddenly you hear a shift, like, and it closes, and the light disperses out.
I don't know if that was.
Zorthos, it's been about a round worth of combat time. Roll me a death saving throw.
Right now,
Mm-hmm.
I feel like you took longer last time to get back to me.
A very long time.
With advantage?
No.
Just gonna kill off your buddy just like that.
Fuck!
Zorthos,
No.
you feel comforted.
Time to
Then you start to
say
kinda
goodbye.
Fade in and out a little more as Colt has his hand on yours and he sits next to you. Xena kind of snuggles up against your neck, panting, just trying to like nuzzle you. More blood begins to fall from your throat. Your eyes go heavy and they close. And you hear Colt whisper down to you and say, "It appears that you're approaching what could be the end. Regardless of what happens, whether you live, you die, I will be here with you the rest of this journey. But right now, I suppose it's up to fate."
I'm scared, Colt.
I know you are.
Can I go where you are? I don't know anybody else.
I'm sure that could be arranged. But we'll see. Rest, focus, breathe. And if everybody in chat is doing the math right now, Steak, how many death saving throws have you rolled?
4.
He's rolled 4.
You know what that means.
At least one of those was a success.
Aaron. Sorry,
Mhm.
let's do Aaron real quick. Aaron, you're with Drek,
I don't want to be.
packing supplies, getting things ready.
I want to be with my buddy, damn it.
Anything you'd like to do of significance before we get to Luna and Louston?
Have a thought.
Just helping Drek just guide people like, hey, go down this way.
Yeah.
Follow the cave until you
Yeah.
find an opening.
So you start
down
directing people out. Luna, Louston, you look behind you as you're following down this kind of pathway, and you see that people are starting to leave. They're leaving in the direction that you came. They've packed their supplies, they've packed their goods, they've packed their materials and everything they needed. And Aaron and Drek are doing a pretty good job of making it kind of swift, like one smooth machine, and getting people out of here as soon as they can. You look ahead of both of you. Luna, you specifically saw the sewer grate kind of like close in the distance. As you look down this hallway a little more, you do see next to the sewer grates, like where the ladder is, on one side of the wall, there is a drape kind of like hanging next to one of the walls, with a small gust of wind kind of like brushing it back and forth, similar to the one that you guys just came out of where the civilians were. This looks like the only really area to where anybody could be down this hallway, as it does come to an end once you hit the ladder.
Do we is this something we noticed before? Was that there before?
Yeah. When you guys first bought the smugma, it was definitely there, but it wasn't like anything of notice. It was just kind of looked like a little hole in the wall. There's a bunch of these kind of like everywhere throughout the sewers, as like little like hidey holes. People would like sleep there, set up like camp and stuff there. And this is kind of like one of those things. You probably would have assumed that it was one of those in the first place, but this is the only really one that you see down the hallway.
I'm gonna Austin, I'm gonna check over here where this drape is. Do you want to start climbing up in case that was just him that we missed?
Yeah, I start climbing.
Okay, and I'm gonna go over to the drape and pull it to the side.
Louston, you start climbing the ladder. You get a couple steps up. Luna, you pull the drape open.
Zorthos!
You see Zorthos.
And healing word immediately the moment I see him on the ground.
That
I see
is
blood.
not how that works, as he is rolling a death saving throw first. There has been like 5 minutes.
Call to me, please.
I will.
Did I hear her say Zorthos?
I can't.
You're doing
What do
the
you
death
mean?
saving throw first, Zorthos. Let's see it.
He's making Zorthos roll a death saving
Because it has
throw
been, like,
before I can cast.
A whole
I
5 minutes.
really don't want to.
Call
He's
me.
got
Let's
two.
see.
He's got
I
two
could
goods,
just spare the
2
dying.
bads.
Well, he won't let me cast, so you couldn't cast either.
Spare the dying wouldn't matter. It would just boom, instant revive.
Luna. You try to cast Spare the Dying on Zorthos.
I don't have spare the dying.
Or not Spare the Dying, Healing Word.
Healing word.
As you cast Healing Word, you don't see movement out of Zorthos.
Louston, get down here. Quick, my healing word didn't work.
What?
Zorthos is dying. We're
What?
dead.
Yeah, I just drop off the ladder, land, and then I run inside. And what do we see? What am I
You see
seeing
is
here?
a very cold, empty room. You see Zorthos lays in a pile of what looks like his own blood, and almost frozen to the throat. Xena next to him,
Spare the dying wouldn't work.
lifeless.
Has to be a living creature.
He has stopped. His heart has stopped beating.
That
Do
is
me a
in
favor.
fact-
You can roll me a medicine check.
I will also.
Medicine check 21.
You sense no life coming from Zorthos.
Tibbs, go get Aaron.
Oh my god!
Go now. Go
He
get
runs
him.
Tibbs,
out.
shut up. We're doing something that's going to be really intense.
As fast as your bunny legs can take you. If you have to leave
He
your sword
instantly
behind
bolts
you.
out and begins rushing down the hallway. Aaron! Aaron! Aaron!
Yeah.
Come here quickly!
Okay. Like, life or death quickly?
Ugh,
Death
shit.
quickly!
Oh, cast long stride on myself and
Yeah,
Tibbs.
you bolt down together, and you see that Luna and Lauston stand outside the small little hole with...
Wait. How would you have gotten there within seconds?
Not second, okay.
What? No.
Long
There's
stride.
no way.
Long
you would've-
strider.
Long stride.
How,
But it was like 5 minutes.
the
I'm
fuck?
understanding. I'm not understanding.
that's
It doesn't
fine.
make
No!
sense.
How quick does
No,
Long
this
Strider make you
makes
go?
no sense.
It just adds 10 feet to my movement speed.
Oh,
Fuck outta
I
here
thought
with
it
that
like
shit.
fucking like poofed you. Never mind. No.
No.
Yeah,
no,
Lauston,
no.
never
Outta
mind.
here.
I thought it was like a poof. You did like some stupid monk shit.
You have to be here for like 5 minutes.
That step of the wind.
Yeah. No, I thought it was like you're like yeah, like I got 140 foot speed. I go. No.
It's
No, okay.
Grizz the Hedgehog, not Grizz Squatch.
Lauston, Luna.
I
You
have 45
stand.
movement speed, dashing, so that's 90.
Yeah, you'll be there in like a solid like minute or two then. You're doing a full dash.
Okay. And I see.
Not yet. Lauston and Luna are trying to figure something out.
Luna, there's. I just cast Spare the Dying
You attempt to cast Spare the Dying,
in a heat of emotion.
and you unfortunately see no movement coming from Zorthos still.
Oh, that spell doesn't do shit then. Delete. Fucking deleted. Luna, there's nothing.
And
I don't know if there's anything we could do.
whoever did this is the one that we had that just went up there. It has to be. It's the blood is too recent.
Look,
Zorthos. Oh, sorry. Well, yeah, let's do this first. Sorry. Go ahead. Yes. Lauston.
is this like a confined space we're in right now?
Oh,
Like-
yeah. Yeah, it's like a little, like, it's like a 25-foot, like, just, like, cement hole in the wall of this sewer.
Like he just it looks like he literally just stopped breathing. I can raise the dead, but it's going to take me some time to cast the spell to bring him back. But I'm going to start doing it now. So just
Okay.
if you would just keep watch, and we can't let anybody interrupt this.
Okay.
Zorthos.
All right.
You open your eyes. And you see that you are in a heavily forested area. And you see that Colt sits on a stump. And you look at your hands, your body, and you have this green hue to you. Colt walks
You-
forward.
Bastards. They're getting me with the last ooh woo, you son of a, you motherfuckers. I can't even die with some dignity.
The last uwu. And an aura.
Oh my god! Damn it! Fuck! All right, continue. Oh, great! More people. Welcome
Zorthos.
to the party.
Colt stands there, and you are indeed have become one with the spirits of the Feywild, as you have now passed on. And Colt approaches, and he goes, well, I told you regardless of the outcome, I'd be here with you to the end. I'm sorry that this is the circumstance that you met your end of days, but hopefully you can find some peace here, like I have.
That sounds really helpful, Uwu. Is there is there any way that maybe we can still help my friends, Era? You helped me. Can we help them?
I helped you because we've always had a connection. In my death, I was gifted a way to contact and reach out to somebody that I loved. One person. Could have been my brother. Could have been anybody. But I picked you. The Feywild and the creatures and the goddesses here, they're kind. However, to disobey the natural laws of death and life is a bit finicky. There may be a way in the future, but right now, no.
Is there any way I can send a last message to somebody?
Suppose there is a way. You see, he pulls out a book, and it looks just like your spell book that he would come out of. As he flips through it, you would see that everything you've written in it has also transferred into this as well.
So I can write like a message in here?
Hmm.
I'm gonna write, hey guys, the Supreme package apparently is no longer employed by you guys. I guess the Spectre got me. And if you're reading this, I guess you know about it. It's time to bond together. I tried my best to lead, and I tried to be logical, and I always tried to do what I thought was the right thing to do for us. I hope you guys can see that. Louston, I hope someday you understand why I was the way I was. Luna, never forget all of the wonderful things that you can do, and never stop growing. And Aaron, tell your dad it was pro bono, and thanks for being the first person to give me a present. But I'm gonna be vibing in the fucking Feywild, doing it dirty. So if you guys come through, hopefully I'll be running some things around here eventually. And I'm just gonna sign it, Zorthos.
Aaron, you eventually make your way down to where this kind of hole in the wall is, and you see that Luna stands there with Louston kind of with his hands over top of Zorthos, and you see indeed that Zorthos's dead corpse lies in a pile of his own blood. But as you see this, everybody that's in the room, Aaron, Louston, Luna, roll me a perception check if you could.
Because if it interrupts the spell,
No.
and Luna has been watching.
No, this is not like an interrupt thing.
Well, that's a 10.
Okay. Luna, what'd you get?
18.
And Aaron, what'd you get?
Oh, you meant me too.
Yeah,
Never mind.
because you got there. Yeah.
That is a 19.
Okay. Louston, you are in the middle of the spell, so you wouldn't really notice this. However, Luna and Aaron, you look at Zorthos' spell book that is kind of like open, kind of near his body, like 5-10 feet away, and you see that a green hue is coming from it, and it looks like something's being kind of like etched or burned or written into it.
I'm gonna go over and pick it up.
As you pick it up, you see, kind of word for word, what Zorthos said is appearing on the book.
No. I'm gonna pull out my quill and start scratching frantically. It's just like, are you able to write back?
Zorthos, you hold the book, and as you're about to close it, hoping your message got through, you see a scripture appear in Aaron's handwriting.
It's complete chicken scratch at this point. Just.
And then as you are reading it, you see that Colt looks at you and goes, huh. Well, there may not be a direct way to help them, but communicate in a way, maybe.
Can is there a place where we can look? Like, is there like, we need a crystal ball? Maybe from up here we can see things and we can sort of scout out, and I can just write to them from the book, and maybe we can help that way.
Maybe, but this is the Feywild, and we are simply spirits here.
Colt, we have to fucking do something. This is for the entire material plane. They're in danger. If there's something we can do, anything, we have to try.
We can try. I might know a place. Possibly. At least a form of vision into the material plane of where they lie. But it's gonna take us some time to get there.
Look, I love you, man. If I was going to die and be with anybody else, I couldn't have a better partner. But it stopped being about the money when they stopped giving it to me, man. I love them too. So thank you. But I have to try.
He puts his hand on your shoulder and he goes, very well. Let's head off then. And
Hell
he
yeah,
begins
man.
Walking into the Feywild. For quite a mysterious journey for Zorthos to hopefully help out his friends. Aaron and Luna, you look at the book as it is appearing with Zorthos' handwriting and this message that he had just sent to all of you. What would everybody like to do as Lauston is casting a spell?
How long has it been since I started?
Probably like 15 minutes.
So I only need 45 more minutes until he's back.
Wait. In the describe the room to me as I
It's
see
like
it
a
here.
25-foot round, just like cement hole in a wall, essentially.
Yeah, but
Cement.
Zorthos' body.
Zorthos'
blood.
body in the middle, pile of blood, just sewer cement walls all around. Pretty dimly lit. The only light that's coming in here is like the light from the torches that are on the outside of the room. That kind of like light inside.
I'm trying not to be meta, but is the dagger still there?
No.
Okay.
Question. Brandon.
Yes.
For Ray's dead, is the decision whether or not the soul is willing done during the casting or after the casting is complete?
He should know at some point very soon that we're casting that on him.
Yeah, we're gonna get to it.
Okay. And I think the person who did this went up there. I think they just before we got here. One up top.
Tibbs,
Yes.
try to keep up.
Uh,
And I'm gonna bolt.
Very
up
well.
there.
You see he rushes over to the Zorthos real quick, the body, and he kind of puts one of his paws on him and goes, "You said we were friends, and I will remember this." As he rushes off and follows Aaron.
And
Luna,
I'm just
you go as
looking
well?
for. I'm sorry.
Before he leaves my sight, I'm gonna ask him in his brain if he wants me to follow. You can yell back.
Stay with Lauston.
Okay.
Aaron and Tibbs, you make your way to the top of the sewer grate, and you move it out of the way.
Mm-hmm.
As you kind of peer your head out and look around, you do see that a war of sorts did take place here. There are buildings destroyed. There are some dead corpses that lie amongst the streets. You do see kind of like intermittently kind of standing on guard towers. You're not really noticed because it's pretty dark outside. There are some people kind of standing guard, but you do see the blatant blue hue in their eyes. But as you turn, you peer, and you look down the main like street that leads up to the Haxos Keep at the top of the mountain, or like in the side of the mountain. And you see that there is one person in particular that is running straight, and it looks like he has some big mass on his back. He's probably a couple 100 feet away from you, though.
He's how many? How
like
far did you say?
Like 300 feet. He's been just running, bolting since he got out.
And I can't discern what that thing is on his back.
Not necessarily. He's pretty far away. He's like a football field's length away from you.
Is there fresh tracks leading that direction where he's running to?
You can see the very blatant, just like, even just like the dirt and like the dust that has kind of been like out of the way.
I'm going to pull out one of my tracker beetles and whisper follow. And just having that mental image of that dude.
Yep.
And I'm going to activate my ring of invisibility and go.
As you go invisible, Mr. Tibbs looks up and goes, Aaron, I can't do that.
Just follow, just look for my footprints.
Okay. He's gonna roll stealth as he gets out. Okay. Very quiet, very stealthy. Mr. Tibbs also gets out and begins to follow you. Are you staying behind the tracker bug? Or are you kind of going like in and out? Like, what are you exactly trying to do?
I'm trying to follow the tracker bug as best as I can.
Okay, from like, I'm assuming, okay, yeah. The tracker bug doesn't move super fast, but like it moves at a decently quick rate. But you follow it, and it indeed appears that it's following these footprints that you kind of saw going up this street to the main hole in the wall. As you kind of approach further, you can tell that this figure that is moving forward, still kind of decently ahead of you, would be moving faster, but whatever he's carrying is very, very heavy.
Wait, I forget how fast these tracker bugs go. How fast? What's their fly speed?
It's like a mile. They go pretty fast. It's like a mile, like every like 2 minutes or something like that, or like a minute.
Yeah, I remember me and you did the math like at some point.
It was really quick.
While
but
back,
it's
but
faster. It is faster than you can keep up with. But I imagine
35
you can.
movement speed. So if I dash, I can keep up.
Yeah,
with
you
it.
keep up with it that way. Yeah, so you're like running, and Tibbs is pretty well following. So
Okay.
you are slowly catching up to whatever this person is, but he's still pretty far away because he did have a good lead on you.
Yeah.
But as you get closer and closer, maybe like 200 feet away, do me a favor and roll a perception check.
Okay. That is a 19 on the die, plus my crazy fucking perception is... Perception is plus 10, 29.
With a 29, you look at this person that is running, and you see that he looks familiar, even from like the back, his clothing, stuff he's wearing. Looks like one of his Orthos' friends that he was speaking to in the sewers. And on his back is the horn of the ancient dragon, Ganargo.
That's not good. How many feet is he away?
Not 200. Because you're catching up. He's not moving as fast as you. He's taking dash actions, but his speed is, reduced because he's carrying this massive horn on his back.
I don't care if I drop invisibility. I'm gonna shoot 2 grapple arrows at him.
Okay. Do me a favor, roll to hit.
That is 13 on the die plus. Wish my phone would stop locking up so quickly. 13 plus 14 is what?
That hits. Easy.
Okay.
And it's a strength saving throw, correct?
Yes, strength saving throw, DC 14.
He passes the first one as the spool
Right.
opens up, and he dodges out of the way and goes,
All right.
Oh god!
Okay,
Oh god!
well,
Oh god! Oh
If
god!
the first one hit, the second one definitely hits. Saving throw again.
He passed the second strength saving throw
Damn it.
as he spool bursts open. You change out of invisibility as you are into, back into like the material realm. Well, not material realm. You're just invisible. You poof out. I'm gonna roll a perception check just in general to see if
And
any
then,
guards
as a bonus
noticed you.
action, I turn invisible again.
Oh, would you look at that? In the brief moment that you're shooting your arrows, let's do a perception check. Luckily, you are very smart and tactical. You're able to get to an area, a little hole in the alley, and keep yourself hidden from any kind of guards that are kind of patrolling the city right now. But in your moment of stopping to shoot, he continued to run. He's now about 250 feet ahead of you. Let's skip over to Zorthos real quick. Zorthos. For you, it seems like it's been a while. It hasn't been minutes. It's been a couple hours, almost. Feywild works a little differently. You've been hiking, traveling, traversing for some time. See that you make your way to what looks like just some little hut of sorts. And Holt looks at you and says, so this is, I guess you could say where I've been staying? And I just kind of wander and I float, but I mean, just kind of found this place. Been staying here for a while, but I mean, this is where originally one of the spirits of the Fae reached out to me and told me that I had more unfinished business to tend to. Maybe some answers lie in here. If somebody reached out to me and I had unfinished business here, then perhaps it'll be the same for you.
Okay. So I just gotta, like, be here and wait?
Well,
or do I have to go in?
Let's go inside. Look for clues, hints, anything. I mean, like I said, when I died, I wandered and traveled for the longest time. I didn't know what to do. For me, I was dead for, felt like days, months, and months. But for you, it felt not so much longer. Like, time was almost doubled for me. Eventually, I stumbled upon this small hut, just that's in this Fey-like woods, and it looked like it was nobody lived here. Almost like it was here on purpose, like a safe haven for somebody, travelers to use. Felt safe here, comforted. And after I made almost what a home is here, someone reached out to me. But it wasn't until, I guess you would say, I found peace. When I accepted that this was my fate, when I accepted that this is where I was meant to be, when I was ready to move on and accept that I was gone, that was when somebody reached out. Accepting and understanding that this is your life now, that you are dead, you are in the afterlife.
For now.
Well, I don't think it works like that, Zorth.
Well, I mean, we've got nothing but time to figure it out, right?
Very true.
Hell yeah.
He welcomes you in to this small little home in the Feywild woods, and you see it's very peaceful. There's a bed, there's a fireplace, there's tanning racks, there's all sorts of materials here, and you can see that he's kind of made home here.
Okay.
He goes, listen, relax, breathe.
It's hard.
Like you said, nothing but time, right? The spirits of the Fae, they are attracted not by stress, not by anxiety, not by greed, but by acceptance, calming, the willingness to move on. I feel if you're ready to do that, then maybe somebody will reach out to you. I feel that's why it worked for me.
Okay. I'm sort of just gonna take his advice and just sort of let him lead. And I'm gonna try to keep an open mind and I'm really focusing hard on Aaron, Louston, Mr. Tibbs, and Luna. Just trying to reach out to them. I'm gonna try Can I try meditation and see if maybe that helps me like focus stuff in?
Yeah, do me a favor and roll me like a wisdom check.
Straight wisdom.
Yeah.
Ah! That's a +0.
Oh.
I got a 3.
Yeah, you're trying to take his advice, but you're still just like panicking a little bit. You see that Colt walks over and just kind of like lays down in the bed and just, dude, he looks at you, dude, relax. I'm not saying forget about them. I'm saying understand that it's time for you to move on. And when the Fae Spirits are ready to give you your duty and your purpose, they will only reach out to you when they feel that you are ready.
So I'm just supposed to lay down and hang out?
That's what I did. I was ready to move on. I was ready to accept.
No. No. Fuck that. No. I just need to be able to start writing stuff down. I can figure this out. I figured out magic on my own. I can figure this out. I'm not going to just lay around. And I'm going to start trying to find a way to write. Like, can I make impressions on the stone? Can I do anything in this incorporeal form?
Well, you have the book. So there's that.
I'm going to find a page.
Yeah.
And I'm going to just start trying to write down magical formulae and start trying to figure out a way arcanically to go back and help my friends.
Okay, what kind of like spells and stuff are you trying to write down? What are you trying to figure out necessarily?
I'm trying to make my own spell because I'm not high enough level to have the spell that I have an idea. I just got the spell Reincarnate. I'm going to write down the formula for Reincarnate, and I'm going to start trying to figure out a way to make this spell get me back to the material plane.
Okay. You start to sit down in this book and just kind of scribble back and forth. It's very new to you, but it's going to take you some time. But like you said, you've got all the time in the world. And you begin to try to study magic, just doing nothing but think about your friends frantically. Luna and Lalston. Aaron is gone currently. He is, scouting ahead. You don't know what's going on. I will say about this time, though, it has been about an hour.
Actually, during the time that he was casting that, there was actually something I wanted to do. Sorry.
Okay, what's up?
I would like to reach out to Vitalis.
Okay.
I'm going to step outside the room so that
Okay.
he can't see me while he's casting.
Okay.
Wait, oh, me?
Yeah.
I was gonna say, I thought, I didn't think Vitalis was a man.
No.
It's like,
Yeah.
oh,
I'm
that's a
just gonna
surprise.
step outside
Luna,
the
you
fire-
step outside as Lawson is continuing to get to the tail end of his spell. Luna, you step outside. Dorthos dead on the ground. Your boyfriend scouting ahead. Lawson trying to resurrect. How would you like to reach out to Vitalis?
Well, I'm connected to her, so I'm just gonna, in my brain,
What do you say?
Vitalis, I have information that you'll probably enjoy having in your possession.
Close your eyes, think out to Vitalis, and you see on the opposite side of you in the sewers a kind of astral projected form kind of appears in front of you. Goes, is it time?
For our deal, maybe soon. But I have some better news. You want to kill the Spectre, don't you?
Absolutely.
Because of his absolute, the gall he had to not only bring you back, but feel like he could control you.
Yes.
He's here in Haxos, sitting on the throne,
Mm-hmm. Is he now?
reporting himself to be a king of this kingdom. Already up top, as far as I'm aware, everyone up top is one of his followers. I don't think that there's an actual alive person left in this city, at least not above, definitely down below. So,
The Spectre is trying to first make Elvenglade fall and then take Haxos for his own.
yes.
Why is he here? Why Haxos?
There's the Horn of Kenargo.
He wants the power of the dragon.
Yeah, and he can't have it. Right? You agree he should not have that.
You see that she kind of walks across and just flat out just walks on the water because she is in astral form. And she looks at you and she kind of looks behind her shoulder and goes, "Huh. It appears that the death of one of your own is what's finally causing you to reach out to me."
No, not at all. He's being taken care of. I wanted you to have the information that I know that you want. This is me giving this to you freely with no expectation. You want him dead, I want him dead. Well, dead-er. Problem is, he's a lich, isn't he?
If he has completed the steps to becoming a lich, which I fear he probably has, then yes.
And you can't kill a lich without killing his... what was the word?
Phylactery?
I read in the book? Yes, phylactery. Yes.
Correct. We can kill the lich. If he's here, we can take him out, and I will very gladly do this with much fulfillment and enjoyment. However, where is his phylactery?
I have a plan to find out, but I have to get to him first. So if you'll come join me, then we can talk after he's gone about our deal.
I will be there soon, my apprentice. As she...
Oh, man. Okay. And I'm just gonna return back to Louston.
Luna, get in here.
Okay.
I think it's working. Something's working. And
It's
working! I would have marked out ruins like all around, like Luna. You'll see like the gauntlet is off, and it's just like just knuckles at this point of like what's left of Louston's hand, just marking it out as runes around Zorthos's body, and they would be glowing like a purplish hue.
Luna. You see these runes, these markings all around Zorthos's body begin to resonate and glow. At the same time, Luna, you look over at the book that Zorthos had. You see that there's more scribbles being frantically written in it. As you peer over, you look and you see that Zorthos is writing down various words and phrases, spell components, phrases, hand movements, different sorts of ideas. With this, as soon as you look at it, you can tell that despite his initial message, Zorthos isn't ready to go. You can tell that he's trying to come up with some sort of magic or spell to bring him back. What that is, hard for you to really make out because he's still trying to figure it out himself. Zorthos, you sit on this bed in this little tavern as Colt is just relaxing, waiting for you to finally get to your moments of acceptance, as you are refusing to really reach that line. As you're writing, scribbling, you look up, and you look at the door, and you see that on the door, various runes begin to appear. Colt looks at you. He goes, "That's not you, is it?"
I don't think so.
It wouldn't be a pretty door.
Yeah, you can tell the door is taking different shape. It's not, rather than this peaceful oak sleek door that you saw, not only is it now have these purple runes. You said purple, correct?
Yeah, like death magic.
Yeah, like death magic runes, like necrotic purple runes in it. You see the door is beginning to kind of shape to a more rotted, kind of necrotic looking door. This is not the Fae, Zorthos.
This is obviously the Spectre. He won't even let me die here.
What the fucker?
He would come for me here. Can he affect us here?
It's
No.
it's purple, not blue. Fuckwad.
He's not there. He doesn't know.
I don't know. I just look Colt. Is this a fucking door that you answered? Because this is sus as hell.
That's not the door that I answered.
What did your door look like?
A white light.
Oh hell no! I get the demon door.
Well, he looks at you and he goes, "Well, you got the horns to kind of match." So I mean,
Colt. If we hadn't been friends for so long, I'd be very offended right now.
Zorthos.
You know I didn't know who my father was.
Zorthos. Think about your friends. Who was with you? On your journey, who have you met?
Aaron,
Huh?
Louston, Luna, Tibbs. There's some crazy mercenary. I think a guy whose name was Brick.
Does any of this magic
The Spectre.
Does any of this magic look familiar to you at all?
Luna could teleport and turn into animals. This Aaron has no magical abilities that are important. Louston.
You see,
This
Colt's
this does look like something that maybe Louston would do. Can I read any of the symbols?
I guess I would ask Louston, what would are the sigils anything like particular? Or are they just kind of like for like flavor, or were you trying to make them say something? Are they like the scripture of the spell, like as you were like doing the ritual?
So I interpreted them as symbolically, it would have been like runes or symbols that he would have picked up when he was in hell. And he's
So
just
they're hell symbols.
yeah, but I don't know if you would know that. It's more like because he's
Infernal?
Wait,
it's not infernal though, because it's like
I
it's
do speak infernal.
because Louston. It doesn't matter.
It's
I'll
infernal.
just put it that way. Like, yeah,
Louston,
It doesn't
fucking
matter.
actually.
You can't necessarily pick up what they say. You
'Cause
know
it's
it's a
not infernal.
Zorthos. You know this is a spell, and you know it looks very familiar to some type of magic that Louston would cast. You see that Colt looks at you and says, "You know, I know that you spoke a lot of shit, and you had a mouth that ran at a mile a minute.
What is with you? Where did all this judgy bullshit come from? Did you learn this in the Feywild, you asshole? And I'm opening the door. Fuck you, Colt.
He's so done with him. He's like, no, anywhere's better than here. Fuck you.
You open the door, and you see, rather than a bright white light, a dark aura and like smoke begins to consume you. And you see Colt looks at you and goes, "See you on the other side, bud."
Whatever, Colt. Maybe I'll die again.
Probably. And then the door
How long does this take?
closes.
Damn it.
Louston, you see that
Oh,
Zorthos'
man.
eyes open in front of you. The scar on his neck where he was cut closes shut as Louston has just raised dead on Zorthos.
What does that mean?
That means that you return
You're
to
at
life
1 hit
with
point.
1 hit point left.
Don't worry, it's not for long.
The target
Kill
takes a
him again.
-4
I'm kidding.
penalty. The target takes a -4 penalty to all attack rolls, saving throws, and ability checks.
I'd
Will
like
Lesser
to make-
Restoration fix that?
And every
Uh,
time you take
uh,
a long rest, the penalty is reduced by 1 until it disappears.
I would like to make an ability check.
Which is what?
You know that Willy Wonka movie where he just like rolls out?
Start dancing.
I want to be like, psych, and I'm going to roll.
Do me a favor. Go ahead and try to roll an acrobatics check. Or, yeah, that's dex based. An acrobatics check, but with disadvantage, because
Yeah, I get it.
If he
Yeah.
jumps up, I'm going to knock him back down.
you have disadvantage. You have -4, but also the reason you have disadvantage is because you try to speak, and it hurts, and you cannot get any word out of your mouth.
I got a 17 and a nat 20.
Despite Louston trying to push you down and the pain in your throat, you do a good like tuck and roll backflip. Louston, you see that Zorthos tries to speak out, but you just cannot. It just
Fuck.
Your mortal wounds have been closed. However, the spell doesn't restore missing body parts, and this is one that
I check my
necessarily-
pants immediately.
You're good. Your penis is there.
What?
The cut to the throat definitely did some damage to your vocal cords. You are alive. You are weak,
And I can't talk?
and you cannot talk. Luna,
just
you turn
cry.
around and you see that Zorthos is alive. You see he's a little weak. He's struggling to stand a little bit.
I
trying to
collapse.
speak. He collapses. Xena rushes. Ree! Starts
I'm gonna go-
nuzzling you.
I'm gonna go over to him and I'm gonna hug him. And while I'm hugging him, I'm going to cast Cure Wounds. And I'm gonna do a medicine check.
Go ahead and roll your medicine check.
I'm just getting flamed by the chat tonight. This is rough.
The medicine check is 17.
So what were you trying to determine with the medicine check? You know that's... Okay, I'll just say this. With the 17, you see that the scar on his throat has instantly closed up from the raised dead. But as he tries to speak, you know there is some internal damage that just could not be... It was that quick of a blow. It took him straight to 0. He cannot talk. He is alive. He's kind of weak. You know, a little thin. Looks like he hasn't eaten in days, even though it's only been a mere matter of like an hour or two.
That's the restoration.
Lesser Restoration. You cast Lesser Restoration, and it doesn't necessarily do anything. Raised Dead.
Isn't exhaustion?
He's not exhausted. This is not exhaustion. He takes a
this
minus
is
4
like a-
penalty. Yeah,
It's specific to the spell.
it's specific to the spell. This is a
Okay.
the Raised Dead. The spell
I wouldn't
closes.
have
It's
known that.
yeah. Coming back from the dead is an ordeal. Target takes a minus 4 penalty to all attack rolls, saving throws, ability checks. Blah blah. Maybe a greater restoration I would accept, but a lesser restoration not necessarily.
No worries. As far as hit points, for Stake to know, that is gonna be 13.
You have 13
Oh.
hit points back.
Oh, thank you, Luna. I'm healed
We-
now.
Louse.
Now we have to
Can't
go.
Louston,
Fight.
you cannot talk Zorthos.
Ah!
hurts.
I'm just gonna mumble a lot.
Louston, you see the Zorthos stands there, weak, dead. Despite his arrogant mouth, despite his smartass attitude, you're bickering, you're back and you're forth. This person you could maybe consider a friend stands before you. Anything you'd like to say to him?
Not really. I'm just gonna turn and stand by the door and go outside.
Let
Let Luna handle him.
Yeah.
You can't talk.
Oh, fuck. Yeah. Okay.
I know that you weren't.
Shush.
I know that you weren't really a big fan of me reading your mind, but I think that's the only way we're going to be able to communicate. So I'm going to do that, okay? And I'm going to cast a detect thoughts.
Fuck! I'm in so much pain. What the fucking? How did I get back here? Did I do it?
Well, well, there's a lot to talk about, but we don't really have a lot of time. The person who did this to you is getting away.
It was the Spectre. He's here.
We know he's here.
I can take him. Let's go.
You're not in any condition to fight.
I can. Oh fuck.
You're not in any condition to fight. The best I could do is possibly turn you into a creature that could fight, but as soon as you go to 0 hit points, you're back in this position.
I'm good. I just can't talk or cast spells or fight, but I'm still good.
Like I said, I could turn you into something that could fight.
And then I'll fight until I can't anymore.
Are you sure? Don't you think maybe you should escape with the rest of the people who are trying to escape, and then we'll come get you.
Luna,
I don't know
How
what else to do.
dare you? I would rather die and go hang out with a
Again?
cult.
Okay.
Let's
Well,
skip
I
over
just don't
to
want you to
real
fight.
quick because I know Aaron's been waiting patiently. We'll get back to that in a second. Aaron,
Mm-hmm.
you are tracking down, chasing this person still, correct?
Uh-huh.
You weaving in and out of the shadows, being very stealthy with Tibbs at your side, catch up within a mere maybe 15 feet, and you see that this is Tommy, one of Zorthos' friends. He has the Horn of Kenargo on his back. He is making his way closer and closer to the keep that lies inside on the side of the mountain. Panting, huffing, puffing. Very emotional as well, too. You can tell he's being very frantic. Not being brave. What would you like to do?
I'm within 15 feet of him now?
Like 15. Yeah, you're like, catching up quick. He's just beelining, doesn't even notice you. He's just running. He knows that somebody tried shooting at him. I imagine you're going like zoop, 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 in and out of like alleyways back and forth in the shadows.
I mean, as soon as the bonus action Viz drops, because the way it's an ability, it's a ranger ability from Tasha's. I can do it as a bonus action up to my proficiency bonus times a day.
Yeah.
But as soon as that phase, just bring him invisibility again.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So I'm behind him 15 feet invisible, and while invisible, I'd like to try to actually attacks while invisible. That first one gets advantage, right?
You get advantage, yeah.
I want to try to tackle him to the ground.
All right, go ahead and do me a favor and roll me an opposed strength check with advantage.
All right. Can it be athletics or just straight up?
Whichever you choose, athletics or strength, whatever you're better at.
Okay. You said advantage, right?
Oh yeah, you're invisible. He doesn't see this coming.
All right. Well, I'm gonna need it. That's gonna be 15.
You're good. You tackle him onto the ground. You come out of your invisibility. He hits the ground. The dragon horn kind of falls off of the back and lands next to him. He turns and he goes, Aaron, I didn't mean to. He made me do it. He was gonna make me do it. He was gonna make me do it, man. He made me do it. He told me he'd kill me if I didn't.
I'll punch him.
I'm not gonna make you roll to hit because you've got him grappled. What's your strength modifier?
-1.
You punch him for 1. He just, I'm sorry, man. I didn't mean to. We gotta know what to do. I don't know what to do.
Shut up. You're doing the Spectre's bidding?
He killed my other friends, man. Zorthos told us to go get the horn from the top of the mountain and bring it back where it was safe. But we went up to get it. He was like already there. He was just there waiting. It was like he was waiting. He killed my friends. He told me to take the horn. He looks at the horn. He goes, he did something to the horn, man. I don't know what it is, what he did, but he did something. And he told me to take it back. He told me to take one of you out to even the odds. And if I didn't, he said he'd kill me. And everybody I cared about. And he'd come to the...
So you took out Zorthos.
I had no choice, man.
He trusted you.
If I didn't take him out...
Y'all grew up together. Y'all survived together.
If I didn't do his bidding and listen to him, the Spectre was going to kill everybody in the sewer. He knows they're down there.
Joke's on you, he was gonna do that anyway. Ha!
Well, I can't trust that you can't do it, that you're not gonna do it again.
What are you gonna do?
What I have to. I pull out a dagger and I slit his throat.
You naughty whackers bunkers.
You naughty whackers bunkers. I look back at Tibbs.
He wasn't a bad guy.
He wasn't a bad... He was a bad guy. Does not mean he was a bad guy.
That was my friend.
He reaches his hand up to you.
Yeah, he was your friend. He killed you.
And then
Not all the way.
The hand falls limp on the ground.
Mm-hmm.
As the hand falls limp on the ground, you look at the horn that has tumbled in front of you.
Mm-hmm.
You see that it begins to glow a very, very slight blue hue.
Oh.
But before we get to that, let's go back to Zorthos, Luna, and Louston.
Why?
Because...
Oh, well, okay.
Yes, we'll get to it. Louston, you stand outside, correct?
I am standing outside.
As you stand outside, you look at the water before you. The sewer water. Waiting for Luna to finish with Zorthos. You look down the hallway and you see that Drek is continuing to direct people out of the sewers as they are escaping finally. But as you look at the water in front of you, you see it begins to shake back and forth, rumble.
Like Jurassic Park.
Yeah, a little bit. But then a little spiral of it, like a small little circular spiral in the water, kind of rises up a little bit. And then a splash of water in the air. And as the water comes down, you see standing on the opposite side of you, across where the water is, on the opposite side of the sewer. So there's you, sewer water, opposite side of platform. Vitalis is just plane shifted here. Gee. Hello.
How far is the gap between the water where I'm standing? Like
10
how
feet. Yeah, it's not a massive gap. It's like 10 feet.
Okay, it's time. Let's see. What do I have left? I'm a little tired after raising the dead. I think. You know what? I'm just gonna jump over and go for just go for the full-on swing. You know, good old haymaker. With the whole touch of death
I will
stack.
allow you to just do it, to roll to hit with advantage, because she was not going to attack you.
Oh
So
yeah.
as soon as she appears, you jump across and instantly go for the touch of death haymaker.
The second I recognize who it is,
Yes.
yeah, blue eyes.
She doesn't have blue eyes.
I believe she did.
She's never had blue eyes.
Vitalis never had blue eyes.
What color
We
are
had this
her
conversation
eyes?
about how she's probably
Green.
more like you
Oh.
than she is.
Yeah, she's more like you than she's like
Yeah.
the Spectre followers, but she's definitely Vitalis.
I'm gonna have a stroke. All right, I'm still going to hit her. I don't give a shit. That is a 21 to hit.
That absolutely hits Vitalis.
All right, let's roll some damage. I don't know their conversation, so I don't know.
That's right. They didn't have a chance. To
And
tell
I
you.
said we would kill Necro Bitch, so
It'll be a bonding experience. They're just bonding right now. It's fine.
It's gonna be a little hard for him to deal with.
It's probably fine.
okay. Now I got my roll. Plus that, and that's 44 damage.
Oh my god, you jump across the sewer water instantly and just rock Vitalis in the face as she spits like this weird black, like what does appear to be like an equivalent of blood, just out of her mouth. And she's rock stumble and kind of hits the wall behind her, and she looks up at you and goes, "Okay, that was not the hello I was expecting. I'm not here to fight. I was called here by Luna. Now, if you want to work together to take him out, then I suggest that you lower your hand, or else we're gonna have another dead friend here soon."
Excuse me.
Ugh.
The tiefling
Who are you making
fell.
threats
No.
for? Wait. Who? Another dead friend? As in who?
As in whoever I get my hands on first. Oh, besides Luna. of
Oh,
course.
okay. All right. I swing again.
Oh my god, no, Vitalis, why?
All right.
No! Ugh. We've learned nothing. Vitalis. Learned
19 to
nothing.
hit.
That hits her.
Okay, you're going to show up, threaten my friends after you spent all this time threatening us? I don't think so, bitch. 41 damage.
Again, she's up against the wall, not trying to fight you, but you just rock her back again. She looks at you, dazed, rocked, and you can see that she... You just don't learn, do you? She is going to...
Am I hearing this yet?
Oh, easily. Yeah, after that second
Okay.
hit, yeah, you definitely do. But she is still going to get a blow in on Louston. Because a turn of combat's 6 seconds. So this is
Going
like,
to blow
real quick,
Louston?
jump, boo, boo.
Wow.
Fuck you.
I thought that
Your
part was
words.
going off by now.
She is going to attempt to vampiric touch you. She gets a natural 1.
To hit?
Yeah, it's a hit. And just
Oh.
goes to like put her hand up, but I'd imagine you just block it and just smack it out of the way.
If she's if she's vulnerable at this point, like exposed from that horrible move, I would like to use a basic touch of death just by grappling, and then I'm going to start holding her underwater.
Cool. We'll do this. We'll just say that with a nat 1 that happens because she is rocked, goes a swing, misses. You grab, touch of death. Go ahead and roll a damage for the touch of death.
Yeah, it'll be lighter than the other ones.
Yeah.
Roll. Backspace. That's 30 damage.
Vitalis is extremely hurt. She was not expecting this assault on her. You grab her and you throw her under the water, holding her there. Luna, you pull this curtain back, this blanket that was overseeing this whole wall, and you see that Lalston has Vitalis just held underwater. You can tell that she has been scarred, burned with his magic and attacks. You see that he hit her so hard that there is a dent, it's just a crack in the cement wall on the side. What do you say to Lalston as Vitalis...
Lalston, she's here to help us.
What?
Let her go.
What do you mean?
She's here to help us kill the Spectre. Just let her go.
No, she's undead. She's one of them. She needs to die too, and I continue holding her.
Okay, well then, in that case, I'm gonna go ahead and...
Oh no. Oh no, here we go.
polymorph Lalston into a dog.
Lalston, roll. It's a wisdom save for polymorph, right?
What kind of dog?
It matters.
A German
what kind
Shepherd.
It matters.
It does matter.
German Shepherd's acceptable.
I mean, chat. I don't know. Is Lalston the
God.
German Shepherd vibes?
Mars, thank you for the gifted subs.
I could see great Dane.
It's a wisdom saving throw, correct?
Wisdom saving throw. I have a +7.
Yeah.
That is a 15.
I could see Great Dane, maybe Great Pyrenees.
Thanks to a certain piece of armor you gave me. No. You
The
failed.
armor that Lalston gave Luna comes in clutch to raise her DC of her spell save DC.
Yes.
Lalston, you hold Vitalis underwater and he turns into
Nico
a...
send Pomeranian.
A puggle.
I just like turn me into fucking Scrappy Doo.
Seriously,
Puppy
it matters.
power.
What kind of dog was it again?
It was a
Shepherd.
German
Shepherd.
Shepherd.
Lalston turns into a German Shepherd in the middle of these sewers. Lalston, you're a fucking dog. Vitalis crawls out of the sewer. Just.
But do I look like an undead dog or do I look like a cute fuzzy dog?
That's up to Luna because she's one of the cast.
No, you would look like a cute fuzzy dog.
Yeah.
You look
I take-
normal.
I take off running. I run away.
Just back down the alley where the
The
people are escaping.
second I realize I am a dog, I'm like, I'm not even going to describe my emotions because you wouldn't know them. I take off running away.
Lalston begins running down the opposite end of the sewer.
And as I get to an end, I'm going to turn, look back at Luna, and stare menacingly, and then turn and run again.
He's just standing there, menacingly.
Lalston's a dog. Vitalis gets out of the water, just...
I didn't have a chance
Crawls
to tell
out.
him yet. I'm sorry.
That would have been a good thing to lead with.
I wasn't here. I didn't know you were gonna appear right here. How was I supposed to know that?
I told
Also,
you I'd
if I
be
heal
here
you-
soon.
I expected like generally in the city. Anyway, if I heal you, are you gonna get hurt?
Just give me a few minutes. I can take care of it. If he wasn't so stubborn, he'd be of great use to us, but if he's going to continue to be hot-headed like this, he's more of a liability.
Well, I didn't ask. I asked for your help, not your opinion about my friends. Okay, so we're gonna work together to go to deal with the Spectre. Okay, that's why I called you here, because I know you want revenge, and I'm trying to make sure you get that. But these guys hate you. Okay. They hate you. They don't know about our deal. They hate you. And yes, Zorthos is listening to this entire thing behind me.
Oh, I was waiting for my action, actually.
Oh, yeah, Yorzoth, I'm just going to say at this point, you're slow to move. You're still just like, but you kind of like slowly
When you
stumble
get
out.
to
and
me, I'm ready.
you pull the curtain open and you see that Luna stands there with Vitalis.
You're listening to this
I'm
conversation.
stumbling at her aggressively. I'm just going, I'm gonna try and just like run into Vitalis.
Like tackle her?
the closest thing I can do with a tackle, yeah.
Roll
I'm
me
gonna prevent him from doing that. I'm
roll
gonna
me
stop
an
him.
acrobatics or athletics check with disadvantage because Luna's trying to stop you.
I still have
Oh
the
my
minus
God.
4.
Yeah.
And in the end, Luna turns on the party for Vitalis.
I got a 10.
At 10, let me roll for fucking Vitalis real quick.
Vitalis, who took a fucking shitload
Yeah.
of damage.
She's doesn't get a 10 though. I mean, she beats a 10 though. She just kind of like sidesteps you. Just please stop. Did you tell him?
Hopefully he's paying attention. Zorthos? Vitalis is gonna help us kill the Spectre. Vitalis is gonna help us kill the Spectre.
Can I still respond to you in voice?
Yes, absolutely.
You in the voice chat?
In my head. In my head.
Okay.
Okay. Gotcha. Yeah, so since fucking when? I'm gonna try and headbutt her.
No, Zorthos, stop. She's gonna help us. Do you want to have to fight all of the Spectre's things? She can summon creatures to fight them for us.
Tell her to prove it.
Prove it. She's here.
Tell her to fix my
She
throat.
hasn't killed you. She hasn't killed me.
Make her fix my voice box. And I'll stop, and I won't beat the shit out of her right now.
Vitalis is just standing there watching you guys go back and like mentally, like, are you guys talking?
Yeah, we're
I just
talking.
glare.
On the topic of not being able to speak, Zorthos here, the Spectre just tried to kill him. So, is there anything?
I ain't dead yet.
That you're-
Tell that
I understand.
motherfucker I'm right here.
I understand based on what Louston just did, if you're not willing to help, but is there anything you can do to help Zorthos speak again? I tried less restoration, it didn't work.
To help him speak again.
Yes, you don't have. I understand it's not really. I'm in a really bad position to ask you to help, but if
Well,
there
he
was
does know
something-
magic, and without his voice, it appeared that he'd be a hard.
Is her hair all wet from me holding her?
Oh
head
yeah,
underwater?
she looks like shit. Yeah,
Yeah.
she's like a wet dog. It appears that his voice being gone is quite the deterrent of him being useful.
Yes, as you would say.
However, I don't have anything necessarily that would fix that.
Okay.
Except
Maybe
for
it
one
is.
thing.
Hmm.
See that she...
Dramatic pause.
Also, is
Against
Zorthos
it.
taking damage right now
No, why would it be taking damage?
because of her aura?
She does not have the word. She is in control of that. Which nobody's supposed to know about yet.
I'm just asking. That's why I was vague about it.
There's a
okay?
difference between Vitalis and her circle. She is in complete control of her powers.
That's fine. Just
Yeah.
double checking.
She looks up at him and goes, how would you feel about being born again?
Oh my
Oh,
God.
I think an ape.
Oh.
I think I have a solution, and I think we're gonna go with that
Oh.
solution. I'm gonna, Zorthos. I know you can hear everything she's saying, so I can hear you. You can talk to me.
Oh yeah, obviously, Luna. Yeah, I can hear, but what is she talking about? Become another person. What is this?
Reincarnation, like me.
I have that spell. I could do it. I just need a new
You can't
throat
cast
job.
it if you're dead.
But are you trying to tell me that Vitalis is now our friend and she just
I
needs to
didn't-
kill me to help me?
No, that's what she's offering. I don't think you should take it. I'll just turn you into a giant ape, and you'll be able to do tons of damage, and you'll hurt. You'll
I
have
can
so many
return
hit
his
points.
strength. That is easy. The speaking, though.
Yeah.
That is... There's a way to fix it. You let me.
It's not a good way to fix it. This is all to Zorthos. It's not a good way to fix it, Zorthos.
New throat.
Knew
I can
you.
turn you into a giant ape. You'll be
As
able
for
to
the
smack
fucking
things
chat, I
super
can't even
hard.
focus. Is there any good thing coming from me doing that?
From you being reincarnated?
Yes.
Well, I was fortunate enough to be able to return to a similar body. You could end up as a completely different person. Well, not internally. In your soul will be the same, but you would maybe come back as a
Yeah, Luna, you
halfling?
came back as a Genasi once again because it was very ritualistic. You were in your
Yes.
hometown, like you had
Exactly.
druids there, like focusing on this. This would be a shoot in the mill, as she
Yeah.
tells. She is kind of like really piqued her curiosity, just kind of like
you could come back as anything. You could come back as
A dragon?
As a halfling. No, as
Lawson,
another
yes, go ahead.
humanoid.
Where are they right now?
oh, they're like still where they were. They're
We're
by like the
standing-
little
yeah,
hole
we
in the
have
wall by the
Okay.
ladder. Yeah.
I want to like, because if they're not looking at me and I've got now distance on them, I'm gonna like just come back around and just charge as fast as I can to knock her into the water, like send her flying into the water
As
the
a
dog.
fucking dog.
Like just go in for the headbutt, and then if that succeeds, immediately turn and just start barking at Zorthos and Luna, like really loudly.
All right, Lawson, I will allow you to do this with advantage because you're just a dog.
But I'm a German
Yeah.
Shepherd.
Roll me
stats.
a strength check, whatever a dog strength check is. Ooh.
Dog 5e. Oh, there is actual German Shepherd stats. Okay.
Yeah, Pupper 5e.
Say that again. What you want me to roll?
Strength.
Strength.
Just as like a raw,
check.
like yeah, because you're just rolling like a raw. You're
Oh,
trying to
that
push her into the
is-
water, right? Or push her
That
over.
is horse crap. How 17? 16 plus 1. I got a plus 1. 17 to send her flying comically into the water.
You see that Vitalis is just like, I can turn you into anything. Able to talk again. Able to fuck. She hits and just splashes into the water, and you see this dog just goes. "Burr, burr, 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 burr."
Austin,
I pull up.
Austin
I,
can't understand us in this.
I pull up a real shaky hand with a gun.
Sorthos, stop. Okay. Like Vitalis, I think it's time for you to leave, and I'm gonna help her up. I'm gonna help her up.
She's in the water.
Yeah,
Like,
she's in the water. She's like,
fully-
"Fuck, trying to. Fuck, God, why?"
Yeah,
Do
I'm
I-
gonna help her up.
Do I know Louston is the dog?
Yeah, you saw him run away as the dog. You saw like the polymorph and all that take place and all that.
Okay.
happen.
I
Yeah.
shoot him.
What? Oh, I know why you're doing that.
Roll
I know
to
why
hit.
you're doing that. I know why you're doing
Zorthos,
it. I
roll
know
to
why
hit.
you're doing it.
Roll to hit.
-4.
Yes.
Disadvantage?
No, not disadvantage. Just
Oh boy.
I love the immediate thing of, wait, I know Louston's the dog? Yeah, you saw the polymorph happen. Okay, cool. I shoot him.
I
He
still
knows
get
the
plus
spell.
6.
Oh my god.
I got an 8.
what's
I rolled a 2.
Dog's AC.
Dog's AC is 13.
the shoot the ground in
Wow.
front of him? Let's skip back over to Aaron real quick. It's tense right now. It's Zorthos is pointing a gun at a dog.
You
Luna's
shot me,
helping
you a-hole.
Vitalis out.
Mm.
Aaron, the blue horn glows, emanates in front of you.
Uh-huh.
The dead body of Tommy lies
Yep.
there.
Yep.
Crack of lightning strikes in front of you
Shots on the roll.
Oh, fun.
as you see your father stands. It appears that you've taken a step down the right path, my boy.
How do you mean?
He looks down at the body. He looks up at you. You quite simply did my job for me. I was going to kill him anyways.
He killed my friend. I killed him back.
I only did it because I made him do it. Why don't you come with me? It appears your friends are not here. You see Mr. Tibbs has his hand on his sword. He goes, "You son of a bitch!
Nope, don't do it, Tibbs.
Why don't you come with me? Your friends are not here to persuade you in any other direction now. You have fulfilled, I guess what you could say, part of a small path of destiny. Taken a life of somebody that was simply trying to survive. An innocent, you would say.
Okay. So let's get one thing straight. I'm gonna put my hands together like this and like just present myself with the hands behind my back and say, Tibbs, come here. Stand beside me. I want you to listen very well to this. So, I'm doing what I think is right. And that's not being involved with you. And at this point, Tibbs is beside me?
Oh, he's beside you.
Okay, I'm going to try to slip off my ring of invisibility.
Flip it off.
Off, yes. Slip
Okay.
it off of my finger. And have it just cupped in my hand. Now, I don't know what you have planned with this horn. But do you really need it?
Would you like to find out?
I'd rather not.
Well, I think you should.
I don't think so. Hey, Tibbs.
Yes?
What have I got in my hand?
What do you
Put it
have? He reaches for your hand, and he puts it on, and he goes invisible. And as he goes invisible, your father, the Spectre, instantly reacts. Do me a favor, Aaron,
Yep.
and roll me a con saving throw.
Oh boy.
Wait, I lied. What is your hit point maximum?
You son of a bitch.
No, he wouldn't.
He
And we're
would.
gonna-
He absolutely
He
would.
would.
It's,
Shut up, Greg. David.
it's 96.
He casts Power Word Stun.
Oh.
As Tibbs disappears, he reaches his hand out, snaps his fingers, and you feel yourself tense
Yep.
up and just hit the ground. Tibbs is going to roll an intelligence check as he is invisible. He sees you hit the ground. Your father begins to slowly approach over top of you.
Mm-hmm.
As you peer with your eyes over, as hard as you can, you see that the horn being kind of like lifted, dragged away by some sort of invisible force as your father stands before you, puts his hand on your chest and says,
Am I able to talk still?
you are stunned, so you can speak, yes. Just can't take actions.
Oh, I hate myself. Hey, can our go about that deal?
Zorthos has no voice. Luna calls Vitalis Laustin's a dog. And Aaron made a fucking shit deal. This
Aaron.
is the worst
Uh-huh.
trade deal of all trade deals.
Aaron,
Also, yes. Uh-huh.
you go to speak out. The horn. As your father kneels down in front of you and says, "My boy, you and your friends ended that connection when you landed on this continent. He is not going to save you, and neither are your friends." As he teleports with you away.
Oh, no!
And that's where we're ending this week's episode of Secrets of Aal'Teron.
Yeah!
I knew it.
The Horn of
Hey,
Kenargo
everybody.
taken by Tibbs. However, Aaron taken by the Spectre. Zorthos back with a slit throat. Vitalis in the water. Lauson's a dog.
Luna, I'm gonna give you fucking
Wait, so
fleas.
Tibbs was able to get the horn?
Oh, you got the horn, but your
Okay.
father got you.
Okay.
All right, everybody.
Silver lining?
What?
Is it silver lining?
Silver lining, maybe. Things are getting intense. Things are getting wild. Things are getting real over here on the Cantrip Cast for Secrets of Aal'Teron. Everybody, thank you so much for hanging out, for watching this live event. It was a pretty tense and emotion-filled episode with some goofy moments, some serious moments, and some fun moments. With that being said, we're going to be doing a little bit of an outro. Let's go over and start with Grizz.
Hi, everybody. I'm Chris Watch, and you can find me over here on Fridays and soon over on Field Trip.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's on Proto Topics, correct?
Proto
Is it Photo Topics?
Proto?
Proto.
Proto.
Proto
prototype.
Topics.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Proto
There you go. Big Daddy David.
Fuck this. I am now a dog, and I'm a bad dog. You will not refer to me as good boy. I am bad dog Louston now. And that is how I will be. And I will make sure Luna gets fleas. And I am going to rub my ass all over her carpet. And this is where we can cut away now. Good night.
Thick pastel.
Hey, Speed Thick Pastel. I have my own channel where I do things, and I'm doing a one shot on Monday. Maybe someone cool will be there. I don't know. We'll see.
I'll let you know. It depends on my work schedule. And Steakums.
Hey everybody. Welcome, or thank you for all the bits and support and anger from the chat. My fact of the day is if you believe in reincarnation, they believe that the soul is evolving as you taste the many different facets of life. So maybe it's time for Zorthos to get some new skin.
Ooh. And
Like a high five? Like slap me some skin? Like
yeah, all over.
With that being said, everybody, we will see you next week for Secrets of Aal'Teron. But tomorrow we have Star Wars SW5E Lost Planet tomorrow night, 9:30 p.m. EST. We'll see everybody then, and we will see everybody at Gen Con. Also, Rentucky Island is going to be here, I believe, in about a week, which means PDFs will be going out probably this weekend or Monday. And you guys will have your copies of Rentucky Island very soon. We'll see everybody at Gen Con. Goodbye, everybody. We'll see you next time.
Everybody. Bye, Grizz's mom.
Well,
Bye,
thank
Grizz's
you.
mom.
Come again.